or two convicts who are being interrogated separately. And they have two strategies in such a case where they may choose to stay silent or they may confess. If both the prisoners confess, then they go to jail for 1 year. If they both stay silent, then they each go to jail for 3 years. However, if one stays silent and one confesses, then the one who confesses goes free and the one who stays silent goes to jail for 5 years. So when we draw the matrix of such a game, we see that Nash equilibrium occurs where both the individuals stay silent and go to prison for 3 years. However, we see that the ideal or the best output would have been where they both confess and go to jail for 1 year. However, the idea of rational decision making and focusing on self needs has caused a situation where both the individuals are not better off. This is one classic example of game theory.
But why are the payoffs like this? If both confess, then they get 1 year. If they don't confess, they get 3 years. If one confesses, one not, then they get 5 years. The payoffs seem to be little botched up, no?
No, sir, this is actually based on normal human behavior. Like if people are confessing or owning up to their mistakes, they are given less punishment. And if they are lying about it or they're remaining silent about it, then they receive more punishment about it. So the payoffs are drawn on this hypothesis or this understanding.
But one confessing and one not confessing, the punishment is more, no? If one is confessing and one is not confessing. So who goes to jail for 5 years in this case?
The one who stays silent, the one who is not confessing to their crime.
He will go to jail for 5 years.
Yes, sir.
Give one more example of game theory.
Sir, other such example can be in case of two companies who are deciding to launch their products. Now, they may have two strategies or two options in such a case where they both can launch their product together or they may both launch their product during a later period. Or basically, they may launch the product now or later. So basically, if they both are launching their products now together, we see that they may earn profit for say 1 year. And if they both are launching their products together later on a later period, we see that they are earning profit for say 5 years. And if one launches now and the other launches later, then we see that the one who is launching right now is earning profit for again 5 years, and who is launching later is not earning any profit. So again, when we draw the payoff, we see that when Nash equilibrium is attained when both the firms are launching their products now. However, a better off situation in this case would have been they both launching their products later and thus earning a profit for 3 years. However, they are not doing that because they do not trust each other in such a case, or they are not sure about the decision that the other firm might take.
If both launch later, why will they have profit for 5 years?
So we can take into certain considerations like the market condition or the prevailing price levels or the price expectations in the future. These are just figures that are based on assumptions. They may not represent the ideal situation.
So tell us something which is more relatable because both the examples that you gave, they both seem to be based on the assumption of punishment and the assumption of reward, which seem to be slightly off the mark.
So usually when we are constructing the game theory matrix, our numbers are based on assumptions.
Give some other example. Both the examples that you gave were similar. So anything else in game theory?
So then it comes to like the normal decision making process in everyday life. Uh, for instance, we can take into consideration the classic Monty Hall example, which is also a part of game theory, which is a simplified form of game theory where there is one car and we have three doors, and which door to select is decided on the basis of this game.
Explain it.
So, sir, if I am the game master and if I tell an individual to pick a door, and suppose the individual has picked gate A, and we have three gates, gate A, B, and C, and suppose there is a car behind any one of those doors, and I open gate C and show to the individual that there is no car behind it. So, then that individual would have two options, that is to either change their gate or to stick to their own choice. So over here we see that in the classic Monty Hall example, it is always better to change our choice, because when an individual has picked a particular gate, the car being behind that door is 1 upon 3, and being behind door B and C is 2 upon 3. However, now since gate C has been opened and there is no car behind it, so the probability that the car will be behind gate B has now become 2 upon 3. Thus 2 upon 3 being a greater probability than 1 upon 3, making switching the door a more viable option.
Why the probability of B has become 2 upon 3? Why not half half for A and B?
So because initially three doors, so the car being behind any of the doors is 1 upon 3. So if C is being eliminated, since B and C together were 2 upon 3, and now since C is eliminated, so B plus C is still 2 upon 3, which C is equal to 0. So B becomes 2 upon 3.
So one should change.
Yes, sir.
So the game master knows that the car is behind which one, A or B.
The game master can place can place the car anywhere. However, the trick over on the part of the game master is such that he or she is specifically opening the door behind which there is no car.
So you have workex of 6 months.
Yes, sir.
Tell us everything you know about your company and how it functions.
Sir, Vineet Gloves Manufacturing Private Limited was set up in the year 2001. It manufactures industrial leather gloves. It has now expanded into industrial garments as well, where it manufactures trousers, jackets, both sleeveless jackets and sleeved jackets, and even t shirts. These are mostly for workwear at different factories and industries. The company generates a revenue of over 120 crores, and it employs about 1,200 people. Uh, some of its raw materials are cowhide, which it gets from different states like that, West Bengal itself, and even Andhra Pradesh. Some of the competitors of our company are Rama and New Horizon, and our leading suppliers are Worth and Podesca.
Suppliers are?
Eliza Hyde. Oh, the ones that we supply to are Worth and Podesca.
Hmm. Carry on, tell us everything. The balance sheet, your raw material cost, your payment to workers,
Yeah, okay, sir.
credit
So,
period that you get, credit period that you give.
yes, sir. Uh, So the company has a profit percent of around 10%, and the cost of raw materials is somewhere around 70% of a total revenue, which comes to somewhere around 75 crores. And we give payment to our workers on the basis of the gloves that they manufacture, and they receive weekly payment, which is on the basis of per pair of gloves. And we pay them approximately 12 rupees per pair of gloves. And also we accept letter of credit from our buyers. uh, if they are of any A grade banks, we do check on those banks and then we accept the letter of credit. Each customer has their own terms of payment, which may be at the time of loading of the shipment or at the time of sailing. It varies from customer to customer. And also we do not have any particular credit period or debit period. We receive and make payments within 2 or 3 weeks. And most of our since our some of our customers are have been there with us for a very long time, it is usually our orders are usually based on loyalty, and we do not upfront ask for payments.
Letter of credit contains what all details?
As per my understanding, we accept letter of credit from any of the A grade banks. Each customer has their own bank preference, and we search further into the bank before accepting the letter of credit.
Name a few banks whose letter of credit you accept.
So, two such banks that we accept letter of credit from is Bank of America and Swiss Bank.
Which bank? Which bank?
Sir, I'm just aware of the name Swiss Bank.
So my question was, what are the terms in the letter of credit? What are the things mentioned in the letter of credit? Have you seen any letter of credit?
No, sir, I haven't seen any letter of credit because our logistics department takes charge of the letter of credit.
Logistics department or finance department?
Sir, our logistics department does.
Hmm. So how many pair of gloves one worker makes in a day?
Sir, it usually varies from about 30 pairs to 35 pairs.
So he will get only 360 rupees per day.
Yes, sir, approximately.
Does it cover the minimum wages that are required to be paid legally?
No, sir. Sir, actually, we have greater potential of making the gloves. It is just on the preference of the labor because we have a working hour of 8 hours for those labors, but most of them do not work for 8 hours.
You are running a show with 1200 workers, you said, and if you are not strict regarding the discipline and all, then so how will you operate with a 120 crore turnover company?
Yes, sir. It is basically the labor absentees are very high, and that is something which is out of our control. Is the reason why we have over 1,200 workers with us. That even if there are high absentees or the work aren't exactly maintained, we are still able to maintain our production process.
What is the price that you sell the gloves for?
So somewhere between 150 rupees to 200 rupees.
So 1200 gloves,
So
12,
120,
1200,
one, sorry,
1200 workers making 30 gloves, pair of gloves per day, 56,000 gloves.
sir, your voice is cracking.
I'm saying 1200 workers making
Yes,
30 pairs each,
yes, sir.
that is 36,000. And you said
Yes,
into 120 rupees.
yes, sir.
So that would be hardly 36 lakh rupees into 36 into 300. 36 lakhs into 3. That is only 1 crore.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
But your turnover is 120 crores, you said.
Yes, sir. Also, we do make about 7 to 8 lakh pairs of gloves in a month. Our production capacity is such that we cannot employ more labor than this. However, we do give our
How
uh,
many lakhs you said?
sorry,
How many in a month?
8 lakhs. So that 8 lakhs is not completely in-house.
Yeah, the numbers that you are quoting, that is hardly 1 lakh gloves in a month. So 7 lakhs you are outsourcing.
Yes, sir.
So where all you have applied apart from SPGen?
Sir, I have applied to some of the B schools abroad,
Which one?
London Business School and HEC Paris.
Do they take people with 6 months work?
So I have applied for Masters in Management. So there is no specific requirement for workex for these institutes and these courses.
Anywhere?
Sorry?
Anywhere? Or Singapore or IST?
No, sir, I haven't applied yet.
When did you get the visa?
I took it in the month of December.
Okay. Tell us something about your name and surname.
So my name is Harshita. It means that full of happiness or someone who spreads happiness. And so I'm unaware what exactly my surname means. However, when talking about religion, it indicates that I am a Hindu and I am a Marwari.
Marwadi is a very generic term, right?
Yes, sir.
So where in Rajasthan are you from?
Sir, actually, my father and my grandfather, my grandmother, everybody was born in Bihar. So we do not exactly have roots in Rajasthan. We are mostly based from Bihar.
So your in-house DT is in Bihar, not in Rajasthan.
Sir, our in-house deity is in Rajasthan,
Where?
Churu.
So you're from Churu district. Tell us
Yes.
something about Churu.
Sir, it's situated in the borders of Rajasthan, close to the borders. I have never been to Churu, uh, and neither have my parents. So we do not talk much about Churu. However, I do know that winters, like rest of the state of Rajasthan, the weather is very harsh over there. And since my mother's family is also from Churu, so my mother's side of family tells us that at the time of independence there was a lot of bloodshed in those borders, and thus they fled to Kolkata during that time.
Churu is Western Rajasthan, I think.
Yes, sir.
Hmm. And you are born and brought up in Kolkata.
Yes, sir.
Which school are you from?
The heritage school.
What did you get from your school?
Sorry.
What did you get from your school? What did your school give you?
So my I had an option of choosing subjects in my school, which is why I chose science in class 10 and commerce in class 12. So it helped me get a wide array of understandings of different topics. It provided me with a lot of sporting opportunities. That is where I could explore different avenues, whether be it learning basic table tennis or even football. I participated in some competitions like that of handball, and I also participated in some of the swimming galas, though I was never a champion at swimming. However, my school encouraged people to participate in all sorts of events, no matter how they performed. It also helped me further pursue my artistic pursuits by helping me paint different posters or backgrounds for our concerts.
And what did you get from your college?
So my college gave me the opportunity at participating at different clubs like that of Enactors, which is a social entrepreneurship club, and the extremely supportive faculty helped me secure a CGPA of 7.56 in my economics degree, which helped me be placed at the top 17% of the students in my degree.
Top 17%.
Yes, sir.
Hmm. St. Xavier has been getting a reputation of getting admissions with lot of donations. What was your score in class 12?
So 96%.
How did you get economics at 96%? It's
Sir,
maths into 2 plus English, right?
yes, sir.
So how much you got scored in maths?
Sir, I do not recall my exact marks, but it was somewhere around 97 to 98%.
In English?
Sir, English was 96%.
Then how did you get admission in this?
Yes, sir. St. Xavier's College provides an opportunity of something called sports quota. So the individuals who had applied to sports quota, since I had participated in various inter-school competitions, I had filled in the sports quota as well, and they had called me for a test where I was required to perform a few activities, and after assessing those, they helped me get selected into the economics program.
You don't have any certificates in sports, right?
So I have the certificate of my handball competition.
It was what, inter-school or intra-school?
Inter school. Intra school, sorry, intra school.
within the school. Nah. So on the basis of that, you got into sports quota in St. Xavier.
The swimming gala was intra school and handball was inter school.
So for an inter school event, they give you sports admission in sports quota.
So they did take a test, and on the basis of that
I
test, and
I know nationally ranked tennis players who haven't got into sports quota in St. Xavier. And you are saying that based on your inter-school participation, you got into sports quota in St. Xavier.
yes, I probably performed better at the test.
Mm. Anything about your profile which is outstanding that we should know about?
So I think one such thing is my time volunteering at NGOs such as Care for Autism and Sashi Kiran. So at Care for Autism, we help about 8 to 12 students who are autistic. We help them develop certain skills and help them become independent. That is, they are able to perform their own tasks, and we help them provide with platforms where they can exhibit those skills and talents, whether be it organizing cultural events or providing them with exhibition opportunities. And Sashikiran, we deal with students who are at risk of dropping out of school. We help them develop certain vocational skills and even help them further pursue their academic pursuits. So I believe that these two contributions of mine have been noteworthy, and I have been extremely proud of them.
So why did you go for TISS and do social studies there?
But social service is something that I pursue as a hobby, and I'm not particularly inclined towards getting theoretical understanding of them.
Mm. And what is autism?
So autism is basically a mental condition where an individual is not able to comprehend things properly, or they are not able to process certain feelings. Uh, in my uh, in my experience, I have seen that autistic children often have a problem with being touched, as in they are not okay with uh, physical contact with other people.
So how do you make them comfortable regarding this?
So basically, we have to interact. I mean, the students that I have currently interacted with, they're still not comfortable with physical contact with me. It is just that we have to verbally communicate with them, and sometimes just we have to gain their trust along the process so that they are okay communicating with us or listening to us.
Any particular company or industry you are looking at where you want to join sports MBA?
So I want to take on to positions like that of marketing manager particularly. So any such company like that of Zomato and Swiggy that allow creative marketing campaigns, I would like to be a part of those companies.
So for that, Mica would have been a better option, no? Mudra Institute,
Yes, and Nika is also there. I mean, I would prefer Nika too.
not Nika, Mica, Mudra Institute of Communication and Advertising.
Yes, Samantha does have creative campaigns too. So yes, I would like to work with Mintra as well.
Not Mintra, I'm saying Mudra Institute of Communication and Advertising in Ahmedabad, Mica.
So I am
What
not aware
it,
of the company.
Mica is a very reputed institute for advertising and communication. It's based in Ahmedabad.
I would definitely love to look into that company
Institute.
institute. Yes.
So tell us something creative that you've done recently in the last 1 or 2 years.
So one creative pursuit that I can recall of at this point was that I maintain a social media handle of my paintings where I post my paintings, and also I post certain small tutorials of simple paintings where people can use them to learn certain artistic skills, and they can use this to vent out their feelings, because painting for me has been my go-to place in times of chaos or pressure, or when I'm simply overwhelmed with a lot of feelings. So I wanted that people too could see artistic skills, artistic pursuits from the same mindset, and thus providing them with those opportunities. So I believe that the social media handle concept and the tutorial concept that I came up with to help these people is something creative that I have done.
Think of the worst situation, the most pressure that you have ever faced, and tell us about it.
The worst situation or the most difficult situation I have faced in my life was during my first initial months at Care for Autism. So I was not aware of how autistic children may react to third persons entering their private space, because for them I was a person who was invading their private space and they were not comfortable with my presence. They used to often scream, or they used to not participate in the activities organized by me. So those initial months were filled with self doubt and even mistakes, and I considered numerous times of quitting. However, I kept my patience. I interacted with other volunteers over there. I kept a shadow like background, and eventually those students started warming up to me. And now I'm proud to say that I have become a part of their family.
How long you have been involved in this activity?
So for about 2 years now.
So when you started going there and you felt bad or felt like a failure or whatever it is, so you painted.
Yes, sir, I did paint. Yes, I did.
ठीक है, anything else we should know about you?
So I think everything has been covered.
Hmm. And how do you think the interview went?
So I think it went well.
Any place you feel you need to improve?
So I think I could work a little more on my workex.
Hmm. Right. I think the workex part and this explanation of game theory part also, na, think of some better examples.
Okay, sir.
I don't remember exactly, but there were students from SRTC 3, 4 years back. They have very good examples in game theory.
So actually, I went online, I searched for good examples, and what I could recall from what I had studied back in college was the example